That's perfect. Yeah.
For those of you just joining us, we'd like to remind you that if you have any questions for the candidates, please feel free to come up here. We have a lovely little sheet and a pen. And, you can write with it. Write a question, write your name at the end. I'd also like to invite everybody. There are a couple of candidates who aren't here. We will read some selections from their questionnaires for the presidential debate. However, if you'd like to read all the questions, the candidate questionnaires, please go to www.studgov.com. Stud for student. Gov for government. That's studgov.com. All right. Our next position we are debating is for the VP of Student Life. Compulsory applause. So let's start out by having the two of you introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about your past experiences that might relate to this position.
My name is Purwag, and I'm a third-year mechanical engineering student. And as far as my past experience goes, I have been involved with a lot of student organizations on campus, ranging from like my house to RHA to like Indian Student Organization, Engineers Without Borders, and I have experience of being on governing boards for my house, where I was a secretary, and then I was a director of academic affairs, and I have experience leading committees and running projects and getting results. I was also involved with RHA when I was back in the dorms, and I'm running for VP of Student Life because I think this is a position that concerns a large student population and all their concerns while they are here for 4 to 5 years, and affects the quality of life of every single person on this campus.
Hello. I am Rowana Bassi, and I am a third year studying biomedical engineering. And my past experience is I've been a senator on SGA for the past year and a half on the Student Life Committee. And I've done quite a lot with student government, especially last year. A couple of things that I've done is I was on a public safety committee. So this year I planned 2 public safety walks, one at night and one during the day. The one during the day is still in the future, it's coming in the spring. And then the one at night we already had. And we just basically walked around campus with the public safety director, Steve Horton, and we made sure that all the emergency boxes were working, and if they weren't, they put on the list to fix it. And if we needed any more emergency boxes, we told them, add it here, add it there, etc. Last year, I also helped plan Earth Hour with our current Vice President of Student Life, Stacy Morton. And I also went to Casca last year in Texas, which is an SGA conference. And we got to exchange ideas with other students and student governments. So that was pretty nice. And then I'm also a part of the Coalition of Chicago Colleges. So that's a bunch of students from different schools in Chicago meet up once a month, and right now we're trying to work on discounts, metro discounts for college students. So that's still in the process. And lastly, I'm on the Sustainability Committee, which just formed this year. So, that is it.
All right. This question is for both of you, of course. What would your top priority be in the position of VP of Student Life?
So I actually have 2. They are communication and organization. I was always told by my uncle that communication and organization are the keys or the success to life. So I really want to make sure that there's communication with the other exec board members and along with senators on the Senate, faculty, the student organizations, and most importantly, our constituents.
I have a bunch of top priorities. I went around the cafeteria talking to students, and I had a huge pool of complaints that I received, and I screened some of them as my top priorities. Well, according to IIT, you're only allowed to fall sick Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So I want to change the timings for the health center, extended hours of operation, as well as make it a 7-day institution where it's open week round. I want to address the tuition hike issue because that's something that's also relating to retention of students at IIT. I want to optimize the way student organizations work for their own good as well as the good of all the students on campus. I want to ensure that the facilities are up and running, and its hours of operations can be extended and closely scheduled around what students want. And I want to make sure all the students on campus have more options as far as their housing goes.
Especially in light of recent tuition increases and the cutting of the basketball program, etc. How do you think SGA should respond when the administration makes a decision unpopular with the student body? I'll start with
Well, that's a very important question. I would say, first I will go and talk to the department or the person out of which the decision has come out of. See and investigate into why the particular decision had been made. Secondly, I would conduct a student survey where we can see what students want and how the decision should have been. Based on the surveys, I've brainstorm what comes out of the surveys with the student committee and few experts from various departments and come up with amendments and alternatives. And then these amendments and alternatives can be forwarded to the university and respective department as a voice from SGA to the university. And one more thing I want to add to that question is that university making unpopular decisions can be checked in the first place by us having a voice on the board of directors, a voting member on the board of directors. Because right now what we have is a representative who is not a voting member, is just a member who communicates between the board of directors and the student government. If we have a voting member, it's a voice of student government on the board of directors, and it can check university making unpopular decisions in the first place.
Okay, well, depending on what the issue is, we can always make changes or have alternative plans. And I've always learned to never give up, especially when it's an issue that you're really passionate about. However, with this basketball issue, we can have alternative plans, but sometimes it's out of our hands just because it is kind of a big deal. It's a big situation. But what we can do is we can try to get clarification from the president or anyone that made this decision and try to tell the students, just clarify to the students and let them know why it happened or why it happened.